Hey y'all, it's the Kentucky Renaissance Man. Today I am in one of our sheep pastures, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but I just started ripping up this field with a Subsoiler cab tractor. It's about 85 horsepower John Deere tractor, and one of these Country line Subsoilers. Goes, I don't know, 20 inches deep or something, 22 inches deep, and it is extremely effective. You can watch the ground just raising right up. Anyway, I'll try and get you some footage of this thing. And this pasture has not been subsoiled or ripped. Some people call it, in the 25 years I've been around here, at least 25 years. And I know it wasn't done probably at least 10 years before that. So it had a really hard pan. And there's places on here that the tractor just walks right through it. And then there's places where I could probably use 2 shanks or 3 shanks even, and then there's other places where I'm having to stop, put it in lower gear to keep the horsepower up enough to just pull 1 shank through it. And but anyway, it's opening it up and raising the ground. The ground's probably a full 6-7 inches taller than it was where I've ripped so far. But it's a slow going process. I'm moving at I think 2 miles an hour, 2.1. Most of the time 1.8 when I'm getting really bogged down, and maybe 2.3 or 4 when I'm going faster. But anyway, I'm stepping it off using my tractor tires as a gauge, and basically not tracking down the previous one. I'm spanning it, so I'm ripping about every 18 to 20 inches. So it should be crumbling it up pretty good. Anyway, I'll keep going and see if I can get y'all some footage here in a minute. I was hoping it was strong enough to run 2 of these shanks. I was thinking about buying another one and cutting it apart and building a double shank one. But I've run it this morning right here just a little bit, and it could probably run 3 shanks depth in about half of this field, and 2 shanks in about a quarter of it, and 1 shank in the other quarter. So it would be pretty aggravating to try and run 2 shanks and then have parts where you couldn't go deep enough. So I'm just taking my time, and I've been out here, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and have done probably an acre cumulative. This is about a 6-acre field, and I'm just working it over. I'm actually ripping a line and then tracking right on in between the previous 2 lines, so that the ripper is ripping about every 20 inches or so. And you can see the ground lifting up pretty good. Here's the ripper here. You can tell it's just cleaned off. This is the first time it's ever been used, but 20-25 minutes and there's no paint left on it. Anyway, I'm gonna set y'all up and let you watch it go down through here a couple times. Right up the side here. It has front wheel assist, which it's using. This is one of these Country line single rippers. Check this out. The paint's splitting off where the metal's stretching just a little bit. These things are pretty cheap. This is like a one and done. Maybe we'll get 2 or 3 fields out of it. And we don't even have rock in this field that I know of. There's one old set rock up in the corner, but I've dug water lines through here 3 foot deep and haven't ever hit a rock in here. So anyway, it's just the red clay is really, really tough, hard pan. some really tight dirt. Didn't even hit a rock or anything. But check this out. This is what happens to a day-old country line when you hit really hard dirt. Not sure. Didn't seem like it messed anything else up. But we found the weak point, so we'll have to rebuild that, reinforce it. What it needs is a shear bolt. It absolutely destroyed this thing. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it just rolled it backwards. Anyway, it didn't even hit a rock. Some red clay, really hard red clay pulled down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build in a trip on this thing, rework it. Wonderful. So I guess the unboxing didn't go too well for the Country Line Subsoiler. We're just running red clay. Didn't hit any rocks, and just bent the top of it completely over. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try and build in a trip or something. Cut this top off and make it where it'll trip over. Maybe shear a bolt or something. If you get into too heavy of stuff, we can slide a new bolt in. But I don't want to tear my tractor up. And it didn't break a weld. It just bent all the metal on there. And metal's pretty tough stuff. It looks like 3/8 by 2.5 inch bar stock. But it's got a weak point. We found it. So I pulled the machine up here into the barn. Got to looking at how I was going to make a trip for this thing, and got to looking, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it actually has bent this in with this pin, deformed it right here, and so now the pin is about a 5-degree angle in on both sides. It's actually deformed the whole thing in. It was straight on top of bending this piece back like that. And you can see, I saw it scratched earlier where the paint was cracking, but once it started, it just went. That whole thing just folded right around there. It's just regular old mild steel. So I think I'll cut this off and cut that off, and then we'll make a new top for it, and build in a shear bolt on the top, so that way when it hits something too hard, too much stress, it'll just pop that bolt. And I may put bigger pins in it. This is category 2, but my tractor has larger holes where you can put bigger pins, so I think I'll drill these out bigger and put some larger pins, and then redo the top. It's going to be a project, and I'm not even sure where to start with it, but we'll work on it.